What's up, ninjas? I'm out here at Castle Rock, Colorado, not too far from Ninja Intensity. It's actually just behind this huge castle behind me. So let's get into a tutorial today. Today we are going to work on a beginner move, or beginner slash intermediate palm spins, wall spins, and we're going to do the evolution of that into a wall gainer variation. So on the rock behind me, you can literally practice these almost anywhere. It doesn't matter what we're working on. So today we're going to be focusing on the basics, the Kamehameha. If you guys watch Dragon Ball Z, you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah! Exactly. So this is that palm motion that we're talking about. Okay, the fireball, like you're shooting it out of your hands. We're gonna be gripping whatever obstacle or corner, box, you name it, that you're learning your palm spin on, and turning our wrists into the motion that the direction that our body's gonna be turning, okay? So if I spin or cartwheel to the left, usually it's gonna be the same exact way for my palm spin or wall spin. My hands are gonna come together like this, palms together, and they're gonna rotate the same way that my body would rotate before I even touch down with this. So on the rock behind me, I'm gonna plant right here. So I'm gonna be rotating that way and landing right there. So my hands are gonna rotate first, okay? And then I'm gonna set them down. It kind of gives me a good setup for what I'm about to do. The second part for this, before you guys just go jumping and throwing yourselves around, make it easy, have a plan of attack. Your toes are also gonna wanna point slightly in the direction that you're going. So if my toes are pointed like out here, I'm just making things harder for myself because I wanna land over there. So toes pointed this way, hands rotated that way. From here, I can easily jump around and everything will just kind of follow through. If you're not quite ready, and this is something very new for you, there's an in-between step where you can just put your feet down on top of the obstacle that we're spinning on. So I plant my hands, boom, feet go up, and then down. That's your in-between go-to. Okay, so palm spin is pretty simple. I'm gonna do it on a couple more things out here and then we'll move on to the next part. Starting to get things onto a little bit steeper slant, and that's how you're gonna ease your way up into the wall spin. Increase the steepness of whatever I'm doing that palm spin on until you're doing it on a flat wall. So on this one behind me, this rock is an excellent example of going from one slant wall to another, getting a little bit steeper and getting closer to comfort on a wall. When you're first doing this, I highly recommend stopping by the gym and getting this training on a mat, or at least with a coach to help spot you all the way around. Wall spin unlocked. The next evolution I really love doing from this move is actually a wall gainer, or a type of wall gainer. Let's head back to the first rock we started on. The last evolution that we'll talk about is definitely a little bit more intermediate. You guys should be able to do your palm spins, your wall spins, no matter what the setup is before you attempt this current move. And it's a really fun, flashy thing. Another progression for this move is gonna be the Valdez, which you can check out in some other tutorials. So if you know Valdez, this move will come naturally. So as we talked about before with learning the palm spin, my hands are already rotated and planted when you're here. Okay, we're just gonna change that up and take away your top hand. So if we're shooting a fireball like this, we got our bottom hand pointed down. This is the only one we really need on the wall or on the object you're gonna be doing that spin on. Your other hand is gonna swing over. So we're gonna turn out this time. Remember what I said before about making sure your feet turned in the direction that you're going to be doing that flip? Now it doesn't matter. Your feet are gonna be turned all the way open. This arm is your setting arm. We're gonna toss that arm straight up over your shoulder. And this is a variation of the wall gainer. Now, if you're not comfortable going straight over your head like that, remember the in-between, the stepping stone for getting your palm spins, and that's landing on the object that you're doing this move on. It would be jump up to the rock and dip down, okay? The next progression would be just to huck it and throw that arm really big. If you already know backflips, if you already know vertical Valdezes, this move will come naturally to you. So let's do this in a few more spots and call it a day. Please comment down below. I want to hear your stories about how you learned wall spins and how you got better at these moves. And maybe there's a future evolution that comes out of these moves that you've learned about that I never even thought of. Stay tuned. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow us to our next adventure. Dog.